18th of the 5th, 2024. Grey white, choked like catalyst. Walking out, very heavy setups by the sound of it. And someone didn't flush the loo last night to put out a shit smell for 5 hours. This morning there's breaking, banging in sequence to breaking in and all the rest of it. Injecting the HIV, knifing you down and fucking whatever else. That only went on for a short period of time. Now grey, sick black and blue cars and heavy traffic and the actual car park to Aldi's looks packed. So it looks like it's going to be one of those days. And the sun's out, which they didn't forecast. So it's just touch and go whether I can do what I want to do today, because I don't know what the weather is, because it looks like there's a lot of cloud, but it's just a case you've got to go where you've got to go and just wait until you get there and see what it is when you get there. But if it's too bright, I'll have to rearrange my schedule. I'll find out when I get to the bus station or more. Right, the sun's boiling hot and sunny, which has given me two minds of what to do, because I don't know what to do, because they've predicted cloudy weather and it's sunny again. That's now the 16th time since the 2nd of April 2024 when they've lied on the forecast about it being cloudy or overcast. But I've just had about 20 people slow me down to walk in, to cause me to walk slower, to force other people into me in a slower speed, and it's causing coughing and sneezing in my face. But there's nothing I can do about it because everyone's movement is controlled in a fucked up way and the traffic flow is very heavy. It is Saturday, so you've got to make allowances for malicious heavier setups, but it's yesterday was slightly down, but you had 3 days of very heavy action, and today's the same, but yesterday was a slight ease on it. The government are fucking up big time. So we've had a Zimmer frame at me with this black sexual car, and purple Zimmer frame at me, sick white black, and car with light blue sexual car time. Dog barks pervert Justin, and there's several other setups. I can't remember what they are because it's awkward to read the sheet, and also it's sunny. They lied on the forecast. Try and sit in an area where there's no vehicles in the loading bay, and you've got to have that fucking rough person in a car reversing his fucking car back at me with a catalytic converter. You evil little bastard, Christ. Bowershaw's Basherman-Croft, and the Mirror newspaper says, "Baby, you'll arise," just to confirm that it's a sunny day. I don't actually know whether I should go with the plan that I was going to go with, but the thing is, they said it's going to be raining, and then there's 80% chance of rain. It's not even supposed to be sunny. It's supposed to be, supposed to be no sun at all here, but they've lied for 16 or 17 times since the 2nd of April 2024, claiming that there's no sun on days where the sun's coming out. So I can't tell, but there is a lot of cloud to cover the area, but I don't know, because I can go to places and that sun can come out and whatever, and I can be cursed in that way. But let's just see what happens, because there's nothing I can do about it. I'm struggling to manoeuvre around people because they're coughing and sneezing in my face, and they're walking into me in a controlled way where they've got everyone's movement controlled into me. I get a bit pissed off of it, but there's nothing I can do about it because the government, they have the technology to control everyone's movement to cause this, and I'll break fucking cars and that stupid pattern of black and blue, grey, whatever. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. And it's really hot and sunny as well, and I've got to hope for the best that there's some cloud cover where I'm going today, because I've got to retake a picture. I didn't come out because the camera's been cursed. Right, the wind has to blow 2 hard sneezes in my direction. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, the creator god's just fucking corrupt, completely corrupt. That's increasing on mad dramatically. We're now to 50 sneezes a day, where the government are doing it like 2022. There we are, third sneeze. Same person, by the way. This is why I'm getting colds and flu, and why I just got over a cold, because the government can't stop sneezing in my face, because it's been increased like it has in 2022. Just suddenly shot up to 50 times plus per day now, every day. The last 4 days, apart from the first of the nasty setup days, which was when I did the walk towards Sutton Bingham. Right, they're starting to time rough people in my direction, they're angling people in my direction again, and then there's coughing, not quite out of me, but I know it was that last sneeze out of the 3 that occurred, but I'm getting a bit annoyed by it. Right, so we've had about 150 black and blue cars in sexual, blue sexual, grey, white sexual, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. They just hitting out fucking heavy this morning. They're just in out black and blue, hitting out black and blue, black and blue, black and blue. there's nothing I can do about it. More people put in my direction, but no sneezes as yet. In total, I think there's about 5 people that's been trying to sneeze in my face at the moment. Right, so according to my estimate, spit talk goes right in my eye. There's nothing I can do about it. The creator God's absolutely fucking screwed up and corrupt. I'm forced to the front of the bus, believe it or not. I didn't realise the people sitting next to me initially, and I got sick of my cars and everything else. I had to just be on can't count it, I was too busy, but I didn't know she had flu as well, or cold, so just carry on, listen. And that's the creator God, just fucking absolutely fucking buckled. Black and blue section, but knife-shaped top, and then white. Where I've been forced to the front of the dub bus, a rough person went to photograph me because of an evil look, and spastic push past as well. Just as I was stopping the camera, a second person's photograph. There's nothing I can do about it. The creator's fucking corrupt. A sexual slaughter knifing bastard that rips you to fucking pieces in every life like his creation stepping on insects. The bastard just fucking cursed me. 6 hours ago, black and blue cars, too many black and blue cars for me to count. Right around about every roadway is packed with traffic. No word on vehicles yet, but I can tell you about roughly 200 vehicles in total and continuing. Zigzag, black and yellow colouring. Titan electric bike, painted bike in fact. So hot, then an all van, then I'm not going to say what the top is because it would have been off half. Right, roughly 15 minutes or so. My personal son next to me, that's supposed to be the next person is the one that has a cough and cold war flu. Right, second person over there, for fuck's sake. I can't keep up with the setups. There's loads of central cars back. Second person is talking about someone being at the front, which is me. Saying he's got a photograph of me. It's a black fucking boot tie down the street, fucking evil bastard Christ, whoever's doing it. Right, they didn't say that, I've got a picture, mistaking me as something I can't do about it. Right, it's not really sexual cars, sexual in particular, instead of sort of top of black. It's still self-moving, about 20 minutes on the bus. Nothing I can do about it, but it's just fucking absolutely fucking corrupt. The bastard's fucking obsessed, the bastard's fucking Satan. Be told by someone extremely hard sexual pedophilia and about 200 cars. Just under 90% set up to every single car on the road. Right, in total there's been 12 police stops. It's time back for the over don't want to this out for that as well as there's been another cars strengthening to about 80% again. 90% to every car. Right, if you violate the government and take pictures of old-fashioned things, we're gonna fucking put a car to smash you up, or we're gonna get an overhanging trailer that's just passed to try and rip my fucking legs off. 3 sick. No, sorry, 3 sick, and blue, then black sexual car. Tractor my way with spike, and then bike time to erection my way. Then sexual with light on, yes, with bike. Right, it got me in a sly way. Willie goes up, so bike's on car roof upright. Loads of bikes on the roof. Core, bikes, Christ, bike. Right, if this gets reported, you're gonna have to, fuck's sake. Yes, well, the government want to try and hit me off. There's nothing I can do about it. Right, I did see that coming. I was on the path. He did have space to move, but there's a driver that's... Anyway, Swallow van, Mike Cox van. You know, if it causes trouble, then it's the government that's going to have to pay the price and take the stick for it because it shouldn't be set up. Right, so we've got an ear-shattering loud bike time to an erection and about 100 cars, mostly sexual, in a malicious pattern, and black and blue and sick and whatever. Bishop van and get the bucket out on one of those tag things in a car window. Crow keeps on saying knife you dead. Right, several grey cars, Liam van, robbery looking at I'm being forced to stay on this. They did this yesterday, stopping me cross, putting the traffic in my direction in a sneaky way to control me on the side of the road I'm on. We are Expo Lorry in van destroyer group vehicle. Those 3 vehicles in a row, no cars in between, in that order. Roughly 50 cars, 80% set up. There was something in someone's car and it said sexuality is the root cause of all problems, and then they timed vehicles to smash into me after that. I've only just managed to write that down. I can't remember the way it was put, but I think how I just said it's the proper way it was shown in when I saw it. Going back to the bus issue earlier, when I was forced to the front of the bus, I can tell you now I'm not in a very happy mood. Because this family's ladies in their 20s, high 20s, a chap in his early, sort of late teens, and they seem to have 5 children. So to me, if that was a family, then they must have had sex at 10 or 11 to have those many children at that age. But the likelihood is probably just a collection of people that have gone out on the bus to go to the food festival at Yeovil, because there's a food fest today. So yeah, they were photographing me thinking I was Sven, saying that they're going to get someone hard to smash me out. As soon as I got off the bus, there was a sort of a kind of a nasty look. I've known the intensity to be nastier in the look in the eyes. And also, the little girl with the glasses, even she looked at me like I was a piece of shit. As I glimpsed to see what they were up to as I walked off the bus. So, certainly got some nice people out there, haven't we? I've just witnessed something I've never seen in my whole life. I know about it, and I've even tried doing them myself, but they never work or anything like that. And that's some old couple, about 80 years of age, friendly looking and not nasty looking, in a country house in the middle of nowhere. Not sure the name of the road. And they're actually playing a Ouija board, the proper William Fold Ouija board that was released in 1992 and the 70s or whatever, and it goes back before then, but they reproduce them, and they got like a posh looking glass with a little candle inside, a nightlight candle. So yeah, I was quite shocked to see that. There's nobody else in there apart from the 2 children who are aged about 10, just sitting in front of the television, one blonde girl and one boy. But yeah, I'm surprised at that. 2 very old people were having a good old game of a Ouija board. Right, so that's 1. That's 6 now. 6 farmer gunshots. I tried filming a load of gunshots, but every time I push record it suddenly comes to a stop. But at least I got 1 to confirm the evidence. There, I got a clearer one that time. But I'm going to have to just leave it at that, because I've tried about 20-30 times trying to push record, and it just comes to a sudden stop when I push record and then starts after. In the same way as the animal sounds, basically. Tried to, in a way where you're cursed, where it's done to be disguised. Right, just before we go any further, we haven't had any thunder or lightning for quite literally almost a year. So, interesting voice sound that's occurred from a bird. So basically a bird has said that I'm being claiming that I'm a rapist and had sex with children and female children, and saying that I'm being knife dead and all the rest of it. And it's also saying that you're going to be struck down with lightning and sexually abused and raped as a child when you're reborn, unbelievable, into a new life. There's no way I'm deleting that video. That's the first. Unbelievable. Just to recap on the date, it's the 18th of the 5th, 2024. That's unexpected. Unbelievable. I'll leave it there. Right, there's suddenly been very heavy traffic setups, and I can't get to the shop because there's just too much traffic on the road. So it wasn't like this late just now. There's been about 100 vehicles in a matter of just 10 minutes, and I can't get anywhere. So I decided to have a break from it and sit in the sheltered area of near where the bus stop is, which I'll be getting later, because I can't go anywhere because there's just traffic flow that's very heavy. Hard cleaner van. There's a bingo van, I think it says Beggs 11 or something like that on a bingo van. I'm not sure. I might as well mention it. It's not really the most suggested setups. It's actually calmed down just a little bit because we just had a massive, I don't know so much that traffic's coming again. Yeah, so that's that, and the sun's out again. There's been I have to admit, there's been a 15-minute gap where the sun's gone down. It started with that, what you can hear now, that thunder. But that thunder happened right on the voice sound of what birds were tweeting that I mentioned. Right, it's good to find that the shop is shut, so I can't buy myself anything. Just want to let you know that there's a Beck's cider van. So if they're assuming I'm buying some drink in the shop is shut. So that's so whoever's made that suggestion obviously didn't realise it was going to be shut. I'm not in the best of some moods at this minute in time, and luckily I managed to keep my cool with the church warden, because obviously it's not the church warden's fault. But I did tell her and made it clear that it's nothing to do with me. And I said, you can check the CCTV in the church. And when she said that, she said, don't get funny about it. And she says, I know it's not you. And then left it at that. What's happened is it appears to me that a child, I don't know if it's a girl or boy because I didn't manage to read it fully, is asking for another child basically for sex. You can tell by the writing that this is not a young child. This is definitely a child above the age of 11. But basically saying in God's name, and the fact that I love God and all the rest of it was written on there. I only got halfway down because obviously this lady came to tell me off because I didn't see her coming behind me. She was walking slowly and saying, what are you up to? I said, I'm reading that piece of paper there. And she says, I know about that. I said, that's what I come in here to take away, saying it shouldn't be in here. And and then she said, is it something to do with you? I said, no, you can check CCTV cameras and all the rest of it. And then obviously after that, and I mentioned all that, well, she said, I know it's not you. Well, why didn't she say that in the first place if she knows it isn't me, and why does she try making the accusation that it was me that read it? And also, it was that sort of paper, I didn't even manage to photograph it either, because I wasn't in there long enough. So, and the writing, actually, the writing, I don't know if it's left or right-handed, but the style of writing can confirm that it's not my writing as well. So, anyway, she left and I decided to come back in the church to do this recording because I've got to wait 15 minutes until the bus arrives for me to go back to where I need to go to get back. But, yeah, I'm not happy about it, to say the least. And the reason I want to rub this in is because it's a Christian church. And the fact that in the name of Jesus, well, I can't remember the exact phrase that was used on that piece of paper because I only just sort of looked at it. When I looked at it, I didn't take much notice of it. I just thought, oh, it's a piece of paper. No, just browse it. Oh, in like a low down sort of, oh, I don't give a shit by what it says. Only to find out what the information content was, to find out that a boy or a girl wants to have sex with another child of the same age, and to say that Jesus will help and all the rest of it, and to say that Jesus is love and all the rest of it. So it pissed me off a little bit, but there's not much you can do about the whoever's put it there. But obviously I don't take the responsibility of it because obviously it's not my piece of paper and it's a different type of writing than I've got, and there's no fingerprints of mine on there because I didn't write it. So there we are. But it is another one to add to the Christian religion going against me when Jesus has violated me with many Bible verses and the Bible's against me. In actual fact, I am beginning to wonder whether Satan or the other gods that we don't get told about are the actual genuine gods. It's just a theory, because the amount of problems I had when it comes to Christianity and sexuality and the fact that I've been sexually abused and had nothing at all in my whole life, and now they're starting to dig on the nearest possibilities of any lovemaking of well, I don't want to use that phrase, but to use stuff like Wayne's World or as you nickname it that because it's the easiest way to put it. There's a documentary that I'd done many years ago in the earliest of the Deep Depression life story packs explaining the issue with that, and they dropped the setups when it came to that specific person. And also when it comes to Stephanie Hill, I haven't even shaked her hand or touched her body in her whole life. So, and they're starting to bring that one back as well. There's so many things that they're trying to do, but either way, Jesus Christ has fucking fallen against me. I mean, I'd had a dream. I was reminded of it yesterday when Facebook hinted that dream that I had 2 years ago on this day, the 16th or the 17th. And I remember now, I was sleeping in bed with my haunted doll, because I'm into all these haunted things like haunted objects and spirited items. And that's because I've fallen against Christianity, because my life's got worse and worse and worse since I've been going to church. Anyway, the dream was, I was trying to repent to Jesus from my sins, because obviously I used to go to church and it was sort of playing on my mind, so it must have overacted into that dream, basically. There was no such thing as Jesus. It was a neutral God. There was nothing there. And the spirit doll got angry with me, saying that Jesus will put you in hell. And then the doll got funny with me and turned against me in a dream. And then initially I woke up after that. Also, like I said, for several years, up until the last couple of years, I've been praying to Jesus Christ and going to church and all the rest of it. But in 2022, I had the worstest threat year on record, with up to 200 threats in one day, every single day. And the sun's out, by the way, straight after the rainstorm. At least we got 25 minutes now of cloudy, rainy weather for the whole of today, in that time period I was at. But yes, it has been sunny. It has been another sunny one, so they have lied on the forecast, basically. But that cloud struck it lucky, because I got some nice pictures while that cloud came over, which is extremely rare that I can do that. Anyway, 2022, not only did I have up to 200 threats a day, almost every day there was at least 40, almost every single day of that year. And the same amount of people that were sneezing and coughing in my face was roughly 40, but mostly around 60 to 100 per day. But there were days where you reached up to 200 people trying to cough or sneeze in my face, mostly sneezing in that specific year. And also, roughly about the same again in quantity, anything from about 60 to 200 people photograph me to say that they're going to get someone to kill me, to shoot me dead, to knife me down, to smash my bones up, to inject me with a HIV needle, or to smash my legs and arms off in a malicious, dangerous, nasty fight, claiming I'm that Saven and doing it on sexuality, claiming I've raped women and children and beat about women and children. So it gets better and better and better. So when you see a Christian note of two children asking to have sex with each other through the hands of Jesus Christ helping them, then I'm not very happy about it. But it's not the first time I've seen this. It's nothing new to me. It's the first time I've experienced it in a church. So, and the fact that initially this woman wanted to try and tell me off as well, didn't exactly make me very happy. But there's not much you can do about it. But like I said, I told her to look at CCTV, and then obviously started a bit of an argument. Not a nasty argument, obviously, but just to make it clear that you need to get your facts right before accusing people. And then obviously she came to the agreement saying that I know it's not you that done it. So that's that. That's the end of that. Whether she read anything in that specific note, or could work out me or something after the disagreement, maybe she interpreted it that way and realised it wasn't me. But either way, I'm not happy about being accused of something I've not done, and I'm not very happy in general that this religious organisation of the Christianity belief is bringing two children together for them to suffer their sexual feelings out on each other when I've had nothing in my whole life. So it's like an insult, and basically it's a religion that stakes you in the fucking back and insults you. I mean, if you masturbate as a sin before marriage, you can go to hell for it. It's a very serious sin in Jesus' time. if you commit suicide because you've had a bad life, or you can't live your life because there's too many problems, or if you're in pain or agony, if you commit suicide, you go to hell. There's no justice. The Bible is a pretty negative book, in fact. I mean, this religion is not a nice religion, I can tell you. It's not a free-going religion. It's very mind-controlled, it's very manipulative, and when it comes to Jehovah's Witnesses and the Catholics, or I'm not sure about the Mormons, but they use basically the same Bible as the King James, just a new variation of a modern translation, basically. So all those religions are against you, because all they say when you go to church is maybe you can ask Jesus to help you find a girlfriend, or it might be too late in this life, maybe try in your next life once you pray to Jesus and the good things will come into you in the next life. And if it comes to Jehovah's Witnesses, they say, oh, we'll pray to Jehovah, it might not happen straight away, you might not get anyone in this life, but you know, he'll help you in your next life. It's just fucking answers like that. Stab you in the back, I don't give a fuck about you, just join the religion, and let's hope that God helps you. But how can you help God help you when voice sounds are occurring, like telling you that you're being knifed, or you're going to be beat up, or tying to an erection as a loud bike occurs in a church while praying or singing or worshipping the God, and then it suddenly occurs with a ha 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 from a seagull or whatever. You know, it's all corrupt. All these animal sounds being timed. Even if you're worshipping God or trying to read the Bible, you can have a loud bike tied to an erection, and then you'll suddenly get a seagull go ha ha ha. You know, even in church services. So yeah, God does help. And like I said, my life's just got worse and worse since that time period of when I went to go to church. And even 15 years ago, I chucked away all my life story packs of about 300 pages before I went into WordPad and did everything on a digital computer. Like the audio recordings, the statements of problems when I go out. I prayed to God back then, back in 2005 area. And what happens? In the 2 weeks that I chuck it all out, hoping that God will help me, my life just gets worse and worse and worse, and then we get a decade of it nearly. So you know, God doesn't help. God's a neutral God, or curses you with negative things. So that's that. And non-sexuality, you know, I'm being told I'm a sick cunt if I don't fancy an old granny, and told you're a sicko if you don't fancy negative attraction or homosexual attraction in a woman because of my age. And then not taking into account that I never had anyone and been sexually abused as a child. But it gets even better, because when I had a clairvoyant reading many years ago, she said in my previous life I was sexually abused and I didn't get anyone, and died tragically, and was a female that was in my early 20s that worked in a laboratory before losing my life. And then she reckoned that in this life it's time for your life to change. You're entitled to something in this life. But that fell through. My life just got 20 times worse. And then obviously we're getting setups or suggestions or animal voice sounds as to say, oh, you're going to be sexually abused as a child in your next life, ha ha ha, and before you reach legal age for sex, or before you get sex, we're going to kill you with a deadly snake or a scorpion, ha ha ha. You know, it's like that. So you can't win. Whatever's happened, you're going to have to go into witchcraft. But even that's failed. I'll leave it there. Right, so I've left a church. There's been a poker face fan timed, and obviously that sun's out as I filmed on the other camera to document the problems of Christianity and basically the issues regarding a specific piece of paper that I saw in the church. She knew it was there before I came there, but she had the suspicion initially that I was the one that writ it. But after a discussion and talking about CCTV and this and that, and eventually something clicked to her head and she said, I know it's not you that done it. So, but anyway, I'll leave it there. Right, there's only 7 minutes to the fucking bus comes, and I got about a 5+ minute walk, and they just caused a torrential fucking rainstorm to occur. It's a little scum cunt, right? I've just run less than 20 fucking seconds to get drenched. I got to wait till 5:40 to get a bus now because of this bastard. This bastard's causing this weather on fucking purpose. The creator's fucking Satan. Yeah, it's a very sexual weather day. Right, I've got 4 minutes to get to the fucking bus stop, or I'm going to have to wait until 5:40. These bastards are doing this on fucking purpose. Right, gassed and hail catalyst. Nothing I can do about it. God's fucking corrupt. God, there's a Tesco van, so I thought it'd be sunny after this. But the bastard's holding me here. Torrential rain. If it's not torrential rain, sun, sex in the sun. Well, the sun's out, sexual weather mixed with rain. So sex in the sun with rain. And at the same time, I've lost one of my sheets in torrential rainstorm, causing my fucking sheets to get soaked of one of the most important new threat sheets that I did last night, and I can't fucking remember what it is. That bastard in the sky, I tell you what, is a real coarse bastard. Right, I'm in a telephone box struggling to rewrite this fucking sheet, and I have to put up with Bear's tweeting, "You're a dangerous paedophile, just you rape girls," and fucking going on like that. Right, they're stopping me get the evidence because I'm stuck here because of the fucking rain. There's a gun-shaped 1940s black bomber car, you know, one of those ones, the funeral looking cars of the 1940s. I did manage to get on the bus though as well. Emily van and passing Marston Magdalene Church, an upside down black umbrella next to the open door of that specific church while passing on the bus. Right, so we've got crooked sellouts, loads of black, sick and black and blue cars. Cell call up me, got to stay at the bus station to avoid another torrential rainstorm before blue skies and sunshine and to put out horrible smoke in my face. Something I chew falls out my mouth. Charlton Lester coughed, and about 100 cars in this pattern of black and blue, sick, white or whatever. But I can't do nothing because the creator god's fucking buckling the weather again. Just torrential fucking rain or heavy rain. So I'm stuck in another torrential rainstorm, unfortunately. The sun's out. It's just they're fucking starting this business where they need to make it sunny and raining at the same fucking time. The creator god's fucking potato head. Someone says everybody's party, and then there's a motorbike timed to erection as I leave a rainstorm. And then about 200 black and blue sick white cars, sexual, whatever, head out fucking heavy as anything. Fucking blue timed and white timed, and black and blue. Fucking black and blue, Christ. You corrupt bastard. Blowing wet dribbling bow whistles at me, oh well, and Christ's fucking fucked up creation. Indian person has just had a row with me thinking I'm Sven, saying, "Dead meat, you paedophile, got a photograph of you, you're Sven," but said in a tempered way. Crossing the car out of the roads is black and blue sexual cars, and nothing I can do about it. God's corrupt, fucking twisted, hell bent, disarray. Paedophiles getting shot dead, said when I get back home. Right, I've just had a phone call. The phone call is of someone that I used to know who's managed to get hold of my number. I can't give much in the way of details because I'm kind of not allowed to, but even if I did, I would prefer to keep it private. But someone's contacted me, okay? They had a conversation with me and they asked me how I'm getting on with this specific person. Have you spoken to her for a long time or whatever? I had trouble explaining to this person that I was speaking to that she turned against me about 5 years ago when the beginning of this Sabem business came in, where I was being mistaken as that person. And although she knows what my real name is and knew me well before that time, the person I spoke to, this chap on the phone, he was just absolutely shocked. But I was trying to tell him that some people are brainwashed and some people get misled. It's like enemies misleading friends against me in the past or whatever. So it's just as simple as that. Because people are so small-minded today. That's what's happened. So this specific person has turned against me. However, the person on the phone, it is nice to speak to him because I've not spoken to him for a long, long time. His accent's not as rough as what it used to be, but he did used to be quite a roughy, I wouldn't say rough, but bordering rough type person. And it was nice to chat to him briefly when I was out earlier. So just want to mention it. I just want to mention that loud bike to erections is bad this evening. Actually, it's quite a noisy evening actually, so I don't know how tonight's going to be, but there was one thing I wanted to mention. I've mentioned it over the last few days on a couple of videos. Many people have turned against me because of this Savannah threat, even though I'm not that person, and the fact that the threat never existed before 2016, because I'm being mistaken as that person, and because this celebrity or well-known person, if he's not a celebrity, has caused so much trouble. It's caused many people to fall out with me, and this is why I've lost all my friends when I was living at Burnham-on-Sea, thanks to this one specific threat, including people from the New Age. I went to the healing weekend in July of not last year, I think it's the year before that. I was accused of stealing a photograph taken of me by a person, and I was being told I'm going to be fucking smashed in with a knife and all the rest of it, claiming that I'm Savannah and stole from that specific table when I didn't. And then obviously the security guard came out, so I mentioned what happened. I didn't mention the bit where I was being photographed or that, but also my dad was questioned as well, so I won't be going back there ever again, because of the fact that I'm being treated as a thief for something I haven't done. And I don't even believe that anything has gone missing. I just think someone's stirring shit because they think I'm that person mistaking me as Savannah. But anyway, it's caused people in shops. Seabreeze in Burnham-on-Sea, the lady at work in there has turned against me. I used to speak to her, friendly person, New Age. All the people at the Barrow afternoon, even though I showed identification of birth certificate, well, I can't remember what I showed. I think it's just a national insurance number, but even that's a 1997 issue, an original one with no name change or anything like that between then and now. Even with that, when I saw him September last year, he just turned against me for no reason, thinking I was that person, just didn't want to speak and made me sound like I was a piece of shit and sick. When it came to the Rob or whatever his name is, I didn't actually see him, so that's one person I didn't speak to, but I did see two other Robs. But the main Rob that I'm referring to on this specific, I don't know his surname, but I didn't actually see him this time around. It's someone I used to know quite frequently before I moved. So incidentally, the two other Robs are turned against me. So yeah, it's caused people from the New Age to turn against me. It's caused one of the mediumship evenings, because people were causing trouble thinking I was Savannah and I was going out on a regular basis. They even closed that down. Not because of that reason, but that was connected to it. But a lot of it's due to health. So there's been a lot of trouble where this specific name has come in, where it's caused many problems ever since the beginning of the threat, which is either December 2016 or December 2017. Since that time, it's just kicked off, and I lost all my friends that I made in recent times, including that lady, that sexual looking lady that was working in Boots in Burnham-on-Sea. Even she turned against me because of it. And I don't know if her name is Heather or Helen, but a clairvoyant predicted her as a girlfriend at that time and was being mistaken as Savannah. Shortly after that clairvoyant reading, Sue had at the healing weekend 2015-2016 area. So it's just caused a lot of trouble, and now 10 years on nearly, I still got no one. So it basically says it all, doesn't it? Government are using that as an excuse to try and knock me off, so they're using that specific person.